But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Perfect. Okay, good.
Is that okay?
Yep. I'll take the Bible.
I just closed it up in there.
I'm just going to put it right here so I have it for the next person. Okay, good. So if I were to ask you, first of all, introduce yourself. So my name is Beth Rossi.
What do you
do? So let's do it like this. I'm Beth Rossi. I've been going to church here for however many years.
Okay.
And then we'll say that based on a statement, and then I'll ask a few questions.
Okay. Just let me know. Can I smile?
Yeah, you can smile.
Okay.
Really serious.
My name is Beth Rossi, and I've been going to Church of the Crossroads for 22 years. Hold on. Is that right, babe?
I don't know. I wasn't born.
Hold on.
How
I don't
old are
need to
you?
say that. My name is Beth
21.
Rossi. No, I don't need to go up. Okay. Hi. Am I ready? Can I go? Hi, my name is Beth Rossi. Do I need to say hi?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. My name is Beth Rossi. I've been going to Church of the Crossroads for 22 years.
So tell me a little bit about your story. When did you first come to Church of the Crossroads?
Okay. So Warren, my husband, and I were invited to Church of the Crossroads by a friend who worked for him in, hold on, Amos. That's how we came. We were invited by a friend.
That's good. People need to know that. People need to know, hey, if I invite my friend, maybe they'll come.
Numerous times before we ever gave in.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
It is?
You should say that.
I should? Okay, so we were invited to church by a friend, and we were actually invited numerous times before we gave in to that invitation.
So tell me about your first Sunday. You finally show up. What was it like?
Hey, do you really want to know,
Yeah,
Amos?
I want to
You
know.
really? No, I don't know how to say all this. You know, Warren was near drunk. I can't say all that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm being honest. That's why I'm saying about these answers. I'm not real sure how to.
When you first came to Church of the Crossroads, did you feel like the perfect couple?
Okay, so I think I got this. When we first came to Church of the Crossroads, if I'm being honest, we were kind of at a crossroads in our lives, and we were searching for more. And when we received that invitation by our friend, it just began to feel right. And we finally decided to jump on board and pay a visit to the church. And the minute we pulled up in the parking lot, walked in the church, there was just something special there. We were at a place where we were searching for more, and the minute we walked in the door, we knew that we just felt like we belonged. We just felt something special, and we knew we wanted more of whatever that was.
So when you say you wanted more, so were you a Christian before that? Tell me a little bit about when you invited Christ in your heart.
Okay. I received Jesus. I accepted Jesus in my heart at the tender age of 12, and it was an incredible experience. It was an incredible encounter, even at the tender age of 12. But through my teenage years, I made some poor decisions, poor choices that sort of separated me from that relationship. And when I came to church, and we came to First Church, I was 27 years old when I encountered the Lord in such a real way, unlike I had ever experienced Him in my life. And I was 5 months pregnant with Peyton when I was baptized, and at that time in my life, I experienced true surrender.
I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to ask you.
This is hard.
No, you're doing great.
You're doing a great
I'm
job.
going to ask you, so you've mentioned Peyton and you mentioned Warren. So think about when you first introduced yourself. I'm Beth Rossi, been in the church here. Maybe we should say, I'm Beth Rossi, my family, Warren, my husband. You know, kind of introduce your family along with that.
Okay.
So I would say something about Peyton and Elaine. I don't think you have to go into Buddy and Abe.
No.
Just like.
And I may not need to say anything about them, do I?
I think it's like, maybe you can even just say my husband Warren and our family have attended here for or something
Okay.
like that. Our entire family has attended here for 22 years, 23 years. Let's restate that opening thing. So, I'm Beth Rossi, and I've been coming to church here along with my family for 22 years.
Okay.
I just think that helps us later because you're going to mention Peyton. I think that line is great.
Okay.
That you did.
Okay. Hi, I'm Beth Rossi. I've been coming to Church of the Crossroads along with my family for 22 years.
Perfect. Okay, good deal. And then let's hop back into. So I'm interested, as you say, you accepted Christ.
I don't know if I said that right, though.
You did. It sounded great.
Okay.
And then but when you came, there's this kind of rededication moment. There's this I'm going to draw in closer to God, right? So I would ask, during that time between 12 and 27, do you feel like that you were led by the Holy Spirit? Do you feel like the Holy Spirit was active in your life?
I do definitely feel like the Holy Spirit was active in my life. I was the one that wasn't obedient.
I love that.
A lot of the times, the Holy Spirit was very real to me.
Right.
I just failed to follow suit. I made poor decisions that separated me from my relationship with Christ.
Okay, let's frame that back up and answer that same question.
Okay.
So during that time, you're that 12 to 27. There are, as you said, some poor choices, poor decisions. But at the same point, were you being led by the Holy Spirit? Was the Holy Spirit active in your life? And you phrased it just right. So during that time.
Okay, is it okay for me to say that I made poor choices?
Sure.
Or how do I word that, Amos?
Yeah, you've already said that. So at this point, I would just say, so during that time, up until 27, what's the, basically we're trying to get to the point of what's the difference. So like now, what's the difference between Beth now than Beth pre-27? We're trying to get to that place.
Okay. I think for me,
So, and you can even say it like this. Maybe not
can
even.
I talk with my hands?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah, you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
So before this time when we came to Church of the Crossroads, or before this time when I rededicated.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
this little deal fell off.
Before this time when I was 27, I rededicated my life to God. Honestly, there was you mentioned joy a second ago. So there was maybe I wasn't acting in joy, or I wasn't living in joy.
Okay.
So I would start with, you just ended with, so I came and we rededicated 27, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then but before we came into Church of the Crossroads, before we, I rededicated my life to Christ. Before
I was before. I'm just asking if this is okay. Before we came into, from the time I was 12 years old to the time I was 27 years old, there was a period of my life that I wasn't walking in peace. I didn't have true joy in my life. And at the time that I rededicated my life, it was because of total surrender on my part that those things were allowed to be. I was able to experience the fruits of the Spirit in my life, in my walk with Christ.
Perfect. I almost think that got it. You think you got it?
Yeah.
I was hoping to God y'all were recording that, because I could never get to say that again.
So if you could pick one fruit of the Spirit, you could say there's one fruit of this, this one. Obviously, there's all sorts of different fruits of the Spirit, and you can even say that there are so many different fruits of the Spirit. But if I could pick one that has made such a difference in my life, it would be.
But there's two, Amos.
Well, then pick two. So you're telling me it would be.
I can pick one.
You're telling, I know the instructions were to pick one, but there are two that I would really like to share with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So the instructions here is to pick one fruit of the Spirit that has really been active in my life, but I have to pick two. For me, joy. I have experienced true joy just like in everyday life and the decisions that I make. And honestly, even in times that really we're at a low spot or in a valley, I can find reasons to be joyful. I'm so thankful. But also, I have seen the fruits of the Spirit active in my life, and one of those is self-control. just having self-control in my decisions and trusting the Lord in those decisions rather than myself. Never mind. I want to say more, but I don't know how to say it.
That's good. That's good.
Can I say it differently?
You can say it differently.
I mean, anything that I just said, can I say it better or differently?
So tell me about self-control. What does self-control mean to you? So another thing that you've seen in your life is self-control. How?
Well, I've had more self-control in my decision-making. Just in my life and my walk with the Lord, more self-control to be disciplined in my relationship with Christ, to start my day off with prayer, and to be led by the Holy Spirit, not to walk in my own selfish ways, but to allow the Holy Spirit to work in my life. And that, for me, is taking self-control.
Awesome. One last
I don't
question.
know if that works,
No,
but
perfect.
it's the truth for me. I'm just being honest.
That's perfect. If you could look into someone's eyes who was not being led by the Spirit, who was not active in this fruit, like they weren't experiencing this fruit of the Spirit in their life, and you're looking from the lens of after 27 years old, and you're seeing this person that they're just kind of in this loop of 12 to 27, Beth.
Yes.
What would you tell that person?
Do it. I would just tell them to surrender and be obedient, because God has so much more for you, and just have self-control and make the decision to follow Christ, because it is just peace. You experience the fruits of the Spirit, which is a beautiful thing. Just do it. Accept.
That was good. We should end all of them with that. You did awesome. That was
I
perfect.
did?
Yes, that was perfect.
Oh, Jesus, help me.
I love the last question. I really do.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
You do?